Well, guys, we're right here on our first check day. I just pulled up here to the first two traps that I set up here on this 2-track, and we got us a first night catch. And got us a nice raccoon here. It's a fairly decent sized raccoon. Got him in the old Duke 550. So he's not tore up too bad, but we're gonna go ahead and get him taken care of, and we'll get this reset, and we'll go check the rest of our traps. Well, I didn't get it on film, but I used this trapper's pole here on the raccoon. Wanted to show you guys how it works. Really didn't take too long. He's not quite dispatched, but it's only been about a minute and a half, if that, 90 seconds. But I want to show you guys. So here's the raccoon, and here's the thing. When you're using these, you want to make sure the base of that pole is on top of their neck, because you want the bottom of their neck to have the cable on it. If the pole is on the bottom of the neck, it's going to create just a little bit of a gap, and that gap is all they need to continue to get a breath here and there. So you got to make sure the base of that pole is on the back of their neck, so that cable is all that's on their throat, basically. But anyway, I'm going to get this set remade. Usually coyotes, whatever, the way I do it is I put the trapper's pole on the animal. I'll lock it down, get them out of the trap. I'll drag them away from the trap, and then I will do my remake on my set. And usually when I'm done doing my remake, the animal's dispatched and ready to go to the next trap. So I'm going to go ahead and get this one remade, and we'll go check the rest of the traps. This is the trap that I had my bait pipe in, where I had the Digger 360 and the Trapper's Gold Liquid is what I had here in this set. So had a few people message me, and since I bought the Trapper's pole, I think I've had 3 different people message me that mostly use the Trapper's pole for raccoon, or that's the reason why they bought it, is to use on raccoon. And a lot of them are saying that the first time they use it, the cable gets twisted and it's unusable. Kind of what I want to say with that is, you can add whatever size cable you want to it. If you want to jump to like a 3/32 1x19 cable, you can add that to it. If you want to use a 1/8 cable, you can use 1/8 cable on this. The thing about 1/8 cable is when you get to that size of cable, it's going to take a lot longer to dispatch. So like that raccoon, it took less than 2 minutes to dispatch that raccoon. If I had 1/8 cable, I mean, you might even be looking at 5 minutes. So that's one thing that I would say about the 1/8 is when you're getting up bigger in cable. Now again, with this cable, like I said, you can replace it with whatever. I mean, you can buy 100 foot of 3/32 cable for what, $10 maybe, and you could replace this probably 40-50 times with 100 foot of cable, because it takes less than 2 foot to replace this cable. So I mean, with hardware and everything, you could spend maybe $15 and you could replace this cable 40 to 50 times. But again, I want to show you my pole after using the raccoon. We also used this pole last year. So I used this pole last year also, and I just used it on that raccoon. And here's my cable. So see, my cable, it's starting to get like a teardrop form to it, but it's still perfectly ready to go for some more catches. I mean, a lot of people I've talked to that's been using the Trapper's poles for, they've been using the Trapper's pole for, you know, since it started, 3-4 years now. They say they replace the cable maybe twice a year. So one thing I can say about raccoon is you have to be quick, because raccoon, they like to flip and they flop, and I mean, they'll twist up a cable faster than anything. What I would suggest is, if you're going to use it on a raccoon, the way I just did this one, is I pulled the bar back and took that loop to about half the size that it currently is. And when I put it over that head, as I'm doing the motion to put over the head, I'm pulling the bar at the same time. So when it gets over him, I'm already tight and ready to go. I wanted to show you this remake here. So I like remakes because I like to take the grass that's here, and I'll build a horseshoe type thing around my set. You can see that Duke 550 is right here. My bait pipe's right there. I put some more Digger 360 in there. I'm not going to worry about putting any more Trapper's Gold, because with that raccoon here, there's going to be a lot of scent, and they're going to be after that pipe. So, as you can see, he didn't get that pipe out. You can kind of see that he maybe chewed on it a little bit, but that's about it. These come in about 8-9 inch length, so I got hammered to where about 1 inch is showing, and that's it. And I really like those. But anyway, another thing I wanted to mention, there isn't a wrong way, there ain't a right way. Everybody has their own opinions, but when it comes to remakes, I love remakes. Usually once I get a catch, I'll start catching there quite frequently. So I've never really noticed shy animals, because I've always had multiple catches in the same set. And I don't worry about replacing traps. I know a lot of people, every time they get a catch, they want to replace the trap because of scent, or if they get any blood on the trap, they want to replace it. I don't ever replace traps. The only time I would replace it is if something mechanically was wrong with it. If the jaws got tweaked or something, then I would replace it. A couple years ago, I caught a skunk in a Duke 650, and that skunk sprayed all over that 650. I let that trap sit. I didn't reset it that day. I let it sit a whole nother day, and then the next day I reset it. 2 days later, I had a big old coyote in it. So yeah, I don't replace traps. That's just my opinion. There's no right way, wrong way. That's just the way I do it. Like I said, I've never ran into any problems where I think that any animals are shy of the circle. I'm not going to say there ain't, because, you know, every coyote could be different. You know, who knows, with this set here, I might catch a coyote in a day or two, but there might be 4 of them that look at it that just walk on by. So who knows? I just know that I usually end up getting catches where I've had catches before. So anyway, we got that set remade, and we're going to go check the others. Alright guys, so I just came and checked the traps down in the bowl. We didn't have any catches there today, but I drove just past that about 60 yards and found a couple trails and kind of an interesting spot. So I'll show you guys how I set it up. I used a set that I ain't never really used before. I ain't never really seen somebody use something like it, but it's kind of an odd spot, so I did what I thought looked good, and that's kind of how I do every set. I don't go into a spot thinking I'm going to put this. I just kind of go, hey, that looks like a good spot for a trap, and I let that certain location tell me what it wants. Sometimes I feel like it needs a step down. Sometimes I feel like it just needs a dirt hole. Flat set, trench set. I don't just throw in one set everywhere. If you guys have watched any of my videos in the past, you know, I kind of just go to a spot, and that spot tells me what it wants. And that's kind of how I did this one. So I'll show you guys what it looks like. So right down there's that bowl. There's this hill, that hill, and this hill that comes down to that bowl. And I got those sets there. But then I followed this 2-track here, and there's a thicket here, as you can tell, and then there's a nice little trail that comes out of there, and it goes up into that. There's one that goes into that brush pile, and there's one that goes up that way. I don't know if you guys can see that trail very well that comes through here. There's another one that goes right through there. So this trail goes like this, and this trail goes like this. So I put a 450 right there, blind set, and just stuck it right in the middle of those 2 trails where they intersect. And we'll see if we catch something there. And the trail goes right across the road. It goes up through there. There's like a little hill there. They're not real big, maybe like 8 inch hills. Like, they're not real big. You can just kind of see the trail goes through there. So this was kind of a weird setup. So what I did is I put my 550 right there, punched the dirt hole, dirt hole there, and punched one there. These are about 2 inch dirt holes. Put some Deadly Highway 71 in that hole, Predator Blues in that hole, and then some Trapper's Gold liquid on top of each hole. And there's my trap. So like I said, I've never seen a setup like this. Who knows if it'll work? You know, you never know, but I just figured that trail coming through here, I'll do something on each side. So if they want to check that side out, check that side out. Hopefully step right here in the process. But this is a little farther back from the holes than I like. Usually I like to be right up against the holes, where my lever's touching the hole. It's kind of where I want to be. This one is back probably about 10 inches, so it's a little farther back than I like, but hopefully with the 2 holes they'll end up getting right there. But we'll see what it looks like and if we catch anything there. Alright, so we checked all the traps. We ended up with just the 1 raccoon in our first set of traps, which I'm happy with. You know, it could always be worse, but anyway, got 2 more sets put out, so pretty successful day, I would say. Like I said, I only got a small line right now. I got to head back and get a bunch of poles made. So yeah, like I said, I only got a little bit of time each day to be trapping, so I'm going to do what I can do. Kind of just out having fun, you know. I love trapping, and it's a blast. If you guys have any questions, or you know, have anything you just want to say, feel free to message me, comment down below, reach out. However, I appreciate it. You know, be sure you check out my website at www.blakeleystrapping.com. You can get all my baits and lures there. You can get the trapper's pole. You can get the trapper's pole live market. You can get everything there. You can get trapline beard oil, all kinds of stuff. We got some Billingsley brand lures still in stock. Got some X-Line, Logan X-Line's River Bottom. Got some of his lures still in stock. So yeah, jump on the website, check it out, see what all we got. We got some tools and stuff like that on there also. So anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. Hope you guys have a great season, and I'll catch you guys next time. God bless y'all.